Hello everyone, welcome to HSG CIIF live broadcast. It's Kim again. This is the second day of our fair. This is 2020 China International Industrial Fair in Shanghai. Our booth is 3HBO66. Today, I will introduce our GV Ultra High Power Sheet Cutting Machine. Before that, I will guide you to visit our booth and give you a small tour first. Let's come over here. This is an R9 pipe cutting machine. This machine has double cut function. And then in the whole world, there's only 4 manufacturers can work on it. You can see there's still lots of sprawl and the machine is cutting. The machine cutting speed is very fast. In just 1 second, it can cut 3 to 5 holes of diameter 6 mm. And then you can see later on, this is our chalk. This is an intelligent digital chalk. What is the advantage of an intelligent digital chalk? It can actually realize what is the size of the chalk, what is the size of tubes it is cutting. If you have a round tube mixed in a bundle of other size tubes, it can actually recognize the tube size and feed back to the system. And the system will immediately stop cutting, which prevents the potential production accidents. And then over here in the front side of our booth, there's a small experience area. 可以帮忙演示一下吗？ And then you can see, it can actually shows what is the size of the tube. And then we can change another tube and have another small experience. This is a 40 times 18 millimeter tube. And then we can have it hold it by the chalk. So you can see the chalk can detect the size of the tube. Because we have do lots of experience these days, the tube is a little bit deformed. But that is the function of our chalk, and it is very advanced in the whole industry. And let's move behind. And then here is another crowded area. This is our handheld welding machine, FMW series. There are lots of visitors here. For FMW series, it can match with 1000 and 1500 watts laser source. And then let's move inside the booth. And then over here, another crowd. This is a G402OTE. What is 402 means? It is a 4 meter times 2 meter platform size. And then this is a new pipe and tube combination cutting machine. It is suitable for 6 kilowatt and 8 kilowatt laser source. This is very high power in the domestic market for a plate tube combination machine. You can see the cutting sample is very nice. There's no burrs in the edge. Everything is very smooth. And then this is the pipe cutting side. And then then we will have a small cutting sample. 可以切一下吗？ You can see this is a clean cutting head developed by HSG. And then let's move on to the center of our booth. In the center area, there are 4 different cutting pads are shown. And then let's move closer to see our cutting head. This is a clinch 30AF. And then in the middle, there are 2 new cutting heads, which might be not so familiar with our overseas customers. The one on the left is a P10 high power cutting head, and the one on the right side is a P6 high power cutting head. These 2 cutting heads are developed by our Japanese subsidiaries. And then for the right side, this is a clinch 30AS cutting head. You can see here the shape is a point shaped, so it can cut channel steel, I-beam, and all the irregular shapes easily. And then let's move down. Here is our sample stand. You can see there are some thick cutting workpiece. And then this is a large monster you can see here. This is a H-beam which is cut by our TL500. TL500 is developed by HSG in 2019. It is for heavy industrial and heavy cutting, pipe cutting. And then over here, this is a 325 mm round tube stainless material. We have many different solutions in HSG. We can cope with such large workpiece. And then let's come over here. This is another round tube. The size is 426. And then you can see over here, this cross section is not 90 degrees straight section. This is a bevel cut sample. This can be done in our TL series, TL500, and also the newly released R9 pipe cutting machine in the front. And then here are some other samples which are nicely designed. You can see over here, the cross section is extremely smooth and beautiful. Okay, so let's move here. This is the sample rack. There are a lot of people around here who is interested in our sample rack. For the whole rack is assembled just by our tube. There's no any screws involved. Why? Because we have lots of more than 100 methods to splice the tubes, and we provide these kind of solutions for our customers. We help our customers to think out how to assemble the tubes, and it saves lots of design hard work for our customers. And then then let's move here to see our press brake. In this area, we have two different press brakes. One is HP series. This is a hybrid system press brake, which rev fast. This is a 3-meter machine. And then next to it, this is an HC series 5020 machine. And then right now, we can see the location of our booth is right in the center of the whole exhibition hall. We can look around. We are surrounded by famous brands, which include Primal Power, and then later on there's Savonini, from German, and then Hans Laser, also from China. Because HSG is one of the most advanced brands in the world in laser cutting machines. So we are standing with all these famous brands. And then let's back to the front of our booth. And so from now on, I will introduce our GV Ultra High Power Sheet Cutting Machine. And then let's see here. For our GV, it's suitable for 50 kilowatts to 20 kilowatts. In HSG, we offer 7 different series of sheet cutting machines. For 1 to 4 kilowatts, we have 4 different models. And from 6 kilowatts to 8 kilowatts, we have GT. And for 8 to 12 kilowatts, we have GH. And then for the last and most high power machine, we have GV. Our R&D has analyzed the software and hardware requirements for machines in different power range and designed the machine accordingly. We know that some domestic manufacturers only has 1 or 2 models to cover the whole from low power to high power machine, which is actually very non-professional and irresponsible. Because the machine bed, ventilation system, and every bits and pieces should be different for a low power machine and a high power one. And then what in front of us is a 20 kilowatt IPG laser source. What is so special for IPG is that there's an electro-optical conversion efficiency. IPG can reach 40%. And then for other brands, they might only have 17 to 25%. And then let's give you a more specific example. For a 20 kilowatt power source, the electricity consumption per hour is 50 kilowatts. If you have a machine with other brands of laser source with a lot lower conversion efficiency, it will take 2 to 3 times of electricity other than IPG. That means the cost in long-term operation is very high. And then let's come back to the middle and look at our machine closely. I will tell you what we have done specifically and what is the special design for our GV high power cutting machine. And then the first part is our machine bed. Our GV machine bed is a hollow structure machine bed. I will ask our engineer to move the platform and show you underneath the cutting area. Underneath the cutting areas is hollow structure, completely hollow structure. The air duct is placed outside to avoid being burned in cutting process. There's no square tubes and any welded structure under the cutting area so as to prevent the potential deformation in long-term operation. Okay, now the platform is almost ready to move. Let's check out it closely. You can see the middle one, the parts are just separated by some screws, linked plates. There's no welded structure. In the beginning of machine bed design, we have gone through all kinds of dynamic and static analysis, which makes sure this machine bed is strong enough. And then for this design, it is also used by Trump and by Stronic. And then it's about our patented ventilation system. When you have an ultra high power like 20 kilowatt machine, extremely high temperature gas and dust will be generated in cutting process. Would you imagine in common machines in the market, if there's air ducts fixed inside the machine bed, the hot gas will keep flowing and circulating inside, which is like cooking process. It's cooking and heating up the whole machine bed. In long term, the machine will gradually deform. However, for a GV cutting machine, we add 30 mm diameter air duct on two sides out of the machine bed. I will have a look closer to two sides. And then you can see the side over here is wider because we have our air duct embedded under. The smoke and gas will be drawn instantly out of the cutting area. This makes sure nothing will be burned and destroyed in long term, and cutting accuracy will be maintained. The machine bed structure will be a lot more durable and a lot more durable in long term. And then above the cutting area, you can see there's a cross beam. There's a cross beam moving up front and back. And then our beam is made by fourth generation extruded aluminum. It is 6 series aviation aluminum. It's light and gives a great dynamic performance for the whole machine. And then let's come here. I will show you about another highlight of the machine. It's about our 8500 series cutting system. And then let's move to the backwards first. We will introduce about the hydraulic system, which is unique for HSG in domestic market. In the backwards, you can see there are 4 hydraulic cylinders on the 2 sides of the machines. So it will lift up the whole platform when the exchange platform is required to exchange. And then you can see the machine, the X platform is being exchanged now. And then for other brands' machine, the hydraulic system is directly linked to the machine. If any of the 4 cylinders is trapped, the whole machine will be failed to move. But in our GV, the platform is linked to hydraulic system by gimbal structure. The platform can still function even any of the cylinders not working properly. And then over here at the rear side of the machine, this is a table lock, which is also unique in HSG. It will move automatically up and down to lock the platform. Because for high power machine, we often cut some very thick materials. When you have loading and non-loading of the sheets in the rear table, it might move the table a little bit. And then this table lock will ensure the whole machine is stable and static for the front table to cut stably. And then over here, there's another patented design of our GV. This is the modular design platform. You can see the machine bed is separated in different modules. And then for other machines in domestic market, it's usually one big unit. You will need to stop the whole machine if you want to do some maintenance and clean the slacks on the platform. But in our GV and GH, you will only need to disassemble one of the module to do the job, and then you can continue working on the job you are in urgent. And then that is very convenient and is cost effective for our customers. We always put ourselves into customers' shoes to think to the front to have you introduce more about the 8500 system. This is a bus system we developed by ourselves. Okay, you will see over here is all crowded by people. We have lots of visitors today. Okay, in the front, you can see there is a monitor. There are showing the real-time image of the four different cameras. In the whole world, there are only several machine manufacturers who is capable of developing their own operation system. HSG is one of them. We have also Trump, Bystronic, who is capable of doing such technology. And then this is the bus system. And then in our machines, this is the main interface. You can see it's very user-friendly. The interface is touch mode. So you can easily control the whole system. And then right here, this will show the real-time cutting process and the cutting status of the machine, like the pressure, the cutting speed, and the electricity consumption of the machine. It's very clear. It's using our HSG family design language. And then I will ask our engineer to cut. You can see the piercing speed is very fast.
然后还有那些功能是不是他们看不懂啊？中文的界面啊。介绍一下外观吧，这个全防护。
You can see the workpiece is still very hot with smoke. And then the overall look of our GV is very tidy and neat. And then for our operating desk, there's a special function. It can move automatically to up and down, which is very user-friendly because for some countries, the operators may be very tall. I think this is a very considerate function. Do you think so? And then the operating desk can even move to different directions. It's not fixed. This is all for our GV introduction. Thanks for watching our CIIF live broadcast. And then in the afternoon, we have more highlights about our machines, about press brake and handheld welding machine. And we are looking forward to have you stay with us. See you soon. Bye bye.